Born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica, Napoleon Bonaparte entered a world of transformation. His family, of minor nobility, lived on an island recently acquired by France from the Republic of Genoa. Napoleon's early years were marked by his ambition and brilliance. Educated at prestigious French military schools, he excelled in mathematics and strategy, laying the foundation for his future as one of history's greatest military commanders. Despite his Corsican roots and modest beginnings, Napoleon's sharp intellect and unrelenting drive set him apart. By the time he was 16, he had become a second lieutenant in the French artillery, positioning himself for an extraordinary career in a nation on the brink of revolution.
The French Revolution of 1789 transformed France and gave rise to a young Napoleon's meteoric ascent. Seizing opportunities in a time of chaos, he first gained fame during the Siege of Toulon in 1793, where his innovative tactics led to a decisive victory against royalist forces and their British allies. Promoted to brigadier general at just 24, Napoleon became a rising star in the French military. His victories in Italy 1797 showcased his military genius. Leading the French army of Italy, Napoleon defeated larger and better equipped Austrian forces, securing French dominance in the region. He became a hero to the French people, admired for his ability to inspire his troops and achieve the impossible on the battlefield. In 1798, Napoleon launched a bold campaign in Egypt, aiming to disrupt British trade routes to India. Though the campaign ended inconclusively, his discoveries, such as the Rosetta Stone, sparked a wave of interest in Egyptology, underscoring Napoleon's impact beyond the battlefield.
By 1799, France was mired in political instability and Napoleon capitalized on the chaos. On November 9, 1799, 8th Brumaire in the revolutionary calendar, he staged a coup d'état, overthrowing the Directory and establishing the consulate with himself as first consul. This marked the beginning of his consolidation of power. In 1804, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of the French in a grand ceremony at Notre Dame Cathedral. By placing the crown on his own head, he symbolized his belief that his authority came not from the church or tradition, but from his own merit and the will of the people. This act solidified his transformation from revolutionary hero to monarch, ushering in the Napoleonic Empire.
As emperor, Napoleon embarked on a series of military campaigns known as the Napoleonic Wars, 1803–1815. His victories at Austerlitz, 1805, Jena, Auerstedt, 1806, and Friedland, 1807, established him as a master of strategy and tactics, earning him the admiration of allies and the fear of enemies. By 1810, Napoleon controlled much of Europe, either directly or through client states ruled by his family members and loyal generals. Yet Napoleon was more than a conqueror. His legal reforms, codified in the Napoleonic Code, laid the foundation for modern legal systems in many countries. He standardized education, centralized administration, and modernized the French economy, leaving an enduring legacy in governance and law. However, his ambition also sowed the seeds of his downfall. His decision to invade Spain in 1808 sparked a costly guerrilla war, and his 1812 invasion of Russia ended disastrously, with the French Grand Armée decimated by harsh winters and scorched earth tactics.
By 1814, a coalition of European powers, including Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, had turned against Napoleon. Forced to abdicate, he was exiled to the island of Elba, a small Mediterranean territory. But Napoleon was not finished. In 1815, he escaped Elba and returned to France, rallying his supporters during the 100 Days campaign. His return reignited Europe, culminating in the Battle of Waterloo on June 18, 1815. At Waterloo, Napoleon faced a combined Anglo-Prussian force led by the Duke of Wellington. Despite his strategic brilliance, he was decisively defeated. Napoleon's ambitions ended on the battlefield, and he was once again forced to abdicate. This time, the Allies exiled him to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he would live out his final years.
On St. Helena, Napoleon lived in isolation, dictating his memoirs and reflecting on his life and legacy. He portrayed himself as a man of destiny, a martyr of European monarchies, and a visionary whose reforms shaped modern Europe. On May 5, 1821, Napoleon died, likely from stomach cancer, though theories of poisoning persist. He was buried on the island, and his remains were later returned to France in 1840 to be interred in a grand tomb at Les Invalides in Paris.
Napoleon Bonaparte remains one of history's most complex and influential figures. To his admirers, he was a genius who modernized France and reshaped Europe, spreading the ideals of the French Revolution. To his detractors, he was a tyrant whose relentless ambition caused untold suffering and plunged Europe into years of war. His military strategies are still studied in military academies worldwide, and his legal and administrative reforms continue to influence governments. Napoleon's life embodies the duality of heroism and hubris, a testament to the heights of human achievement and the perils of unchecked.
Napoleon Bonaparte's rise from a Corsican outsider to the ruler of an empire is a story of extraordinary ambition, talent, and vision. His name has become synonymous with greatness and controversy, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and historical analysis. Whether viewed as a liberator or a conqueror, his impact on history is undeniable, making him one of the most enduring figures of the modern age.